The day was filled with the promise of discovery. A group of us from university had set out on a Sunday morning, eager to explore the mesmerizing beauty of a mountainous region in Pakistan. The hills were a symphony of towering trees, their dense foliage creating patches of shade and sunlight. We wandered through the lush landscape, our laughter echoing in the crisp air, savouring the sense of freedom that only such untouched nature could provide. As the sun began its descent, signalling the approach of noon, I was reminded of my duty to pray. The need to find a quiet, secluded place tugged at me, but the lively company and uneven terrain made it difficult. Then I saw it. The small black and white church, nestled among the trees. Its wooden structure seemed to blend seamlessly with the surroundings, designed to endure the chill of the hills. I had noticed it earlier, but hadn't thought much of it. Now it seemed like my only option. I approached hesitantly and knocked. A kind middle-aged man answered. Explaining my need, I requested permission to pray just inside the entryway, where there was no imagery to conflict with my faith. He readily agreed, even bringing out a clean rug for me to pray on. Grateful and relieved, I began my prayers in the quiet solitude of that sacred space, connecting with Allah amidst the serene stillness. As I prepared to leave, a painted image on the side wall near the exit caught my attention. My steps faltered. It was an image of Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, seated on a slightly elevated spot surrounded by disciples. The painting was simple, yet captivating, its serenity drawing me in. For a fleeting moment, I was overwhelmed by reverence for Jesus, a beloved prophet in Islam. My heart stirred with the desire to sit among the disciples in the image, to listen to the words of a man so cherished by Allah. But then, fear gripped me. A fear that I might have committed a sin by praying in a place with imagery. My thoughts raced. Had my prayer been valid? I reminded myself that I had not seen the image beforehand, nor had it been in my view while I prayed. My intentions were pure, and my prayer had been directed solely to Allah. Still, I sought forgiveness, asking Allah to pardon me for anything I might have done unknowingly. Then came the realization, a sharp jolt to my thoughts. This image, no matter how beautiful or evocative, was not the real Jesus. It was a creation of human imagination, a Romanized, anglicized depiction, far removed from the Palestinian prophet we revere. No one knows how any prophet truly looked. And in that instant, I understood the subtle, dangerous power of imagery. It draws us away from the truth, tempting us to revere the representation rather than the reality it seeks to depict. This is where idolatry begins, I thought. The heart turning from Allah to worship the creation of human hands. The lesson in that moment was profound. The image, no matter how moving, was not the real Jesus. It was a human creation shaped by imagination and cultural influences. I understood how such depictions could blur the lines between reverence and idolatry. It became clear to me why Islam so strongly discourages imagery in worship. It diverts the mind from the Creator to the creation, leading hearts astray. I stepped out of the church, thanking the kind man for his generosity. The hills, with their timeless beauty, greeted me again. Yet, I was no longer the same. That fleeting moment of connection, followed by my realization, stayed with me. It was a reminder of the delicate balance between faith and the world's distractions. A lesson in sincerity and the purity of worship. To this day, the memory of that black and white church lingers. Not as a place of mere shelter, but as the setting for a revelation about faith, intention, and the human heart's vulnerability to the power of images.